And growing up, do you think your dad was your analyst? Because he was a footballer as well, no?
Yeah, look, my dad never told me that he was a footballer. I was told by neighbors that he was a footballer. He's the guy that actually took me to my first game at FNB. But he never wanted me to play the game.
Yeah, I remember he kicked you out.
Yeah, he kicked me out. I think he was mad at the game. I think something happened, you know, and then he never wanted me to play the game. So he was always pushing me to go to school.
It wasn't Junior Kanye, ne?
Don't start.
Come on.
Don't start. So he pushed me to go to school, not to play the game itself. So whenever there were guys coming in to try and lure me to come and play for them, he never liked it. After they left, I'll get a beating because he didn't understand why I was still playing the game. So, you know, when somebody, like as a kid, when somebody says don't do that, you actually go out and do it.
Yes.
So I was told not to play the game. So I wanted to find out what is it about this game that he doesn't want me to play. So we never actually had a relationship after that, because once he kicked me out at 8. Then I became a street kid for a couple of months because I didn't know.
Teko Modise.
Yeah. So I know the first time I ate chicken licking was in the dustbin, dude.
Come on. Dustbin.
I'm not bullshitting you. Yeah. I cannot see when you throw those bones today.
Hey.
Yeah. That was the first time,
bro.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, at the time when I was young, I stayed with my dad for a long time.
For sure.
7-8 years. So I never knew any side of my mom's side, because he was that guy that will actually cage me into not knowing anything about anybody else. So when he kicked me out, I didn't know who to go to. And the funny part was my next door neighbor, where I was staying with my dad. It was my family from my mom's side. They
didn't know.
No, I knew,
okay.
But they couldn't take me in for some reason, and then I had to stay and be a street kid. I don't know where my mom got the message from, and I didn't also know where she was at the time. And then she came back and searched for me until she found me. Yeah.
So that thing of like,
do you know why your dad did that? Like shield you away from your mother's side of the family?
Look, I had an opportunity, I think last year or year before, seeing my dad for the first time after that incident.
When you ate,
Yeah, and then I tried to ask him. He was still, not telling me the truth about it. But I think something happened to him. I don't know, because my dad was dodgy, dude. He'll come back late at night bleeding, and I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
For real? This guy.
And nobody will ask him, because he was that type of a dude. He was very secretive. He was very quiet. And everybody around us was scared of him, and I was scared of him as well. So I didn't ask him.
Shy.
Fucked up. No, my dad will beat me to
belt. What was he using? Belt?
No, like there was those kettles that had the cable from end to end.
Yes.
That cable.
Electric cord.
Electric cord. Electric cord. That's what you use. And I'm fine, to be honest with you, I never saw myself as a very naughty kid. I was doing what other kids were doing. Maybe the worst thing that I did as a kid at that time was to break somebody else's window with a tennis ball.
That's normal.
That's normal. Yeah, that's the worst thing that I've done. But other than that, I remember one day he actually told me to go buy groceries at the store when he came back from work, because he was always at home around 6, 7, right? And I think he was a petrol attendant somewhere called Ranbek. So when he came back, he was like, go buy this and this and this at the store. I went there, and as I came back, because I was very young, I got robbed, right? So I was scared to go back home.
Of course.
Because I was scared that I'm going to be beaten. He's not going to believe me that I got robbed.
Yes.
Funny enough, when I got there, I was crying, and I actually explained this to him, and he never did anything. I think that was the first time where I felt like, today I deserve a beating, but he never did.
Yeah.
But he was one of those guys that anything that is wrong, anything that I feel like maybe it's uncomfortable, I know I'm going to get a beating. Dude, guys, when there's always a house in green grass, right? So his punishment will be, you need to water this grass until like it's waterlogged. Like when I put my foot on the grass, and my shoes needs to be wet.
Yeah.
And I used to use a bucket, dude. Like I would pour that thing. Yo, my God. And when he leaves for work, because he needs to leave around 6 in the morning, he'll lock the house, and then I need to be outside, and I'm going to school at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I need to stay 2 hours outside. Now I got winter. But go guys, I go to the toilet.
Yes.
You know those ones. So I'll go there and actually chill in that toilet until 6 o'clock, because I didn't want anybody to know what I was going through. So imagine as a kid and having to go to school and still concentrate in the class. It was very difficult for me.
Bro, you were like in prison, bro.
No, I was. Prison break kids bagan.
Teko Schofield.
Let's go to you being a street kid, bro. So, how was that like? Like, you never knew where your next meal was. Like,
Yeah.
who were you chilling with? What was going on, bro?
Look, in the hood, there's always going to be that kid that always fucks up, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I went to him, right? I was like, hey, bro, I'm in this situation. He's like, nah, don't worry, I'll help you out. So we actually found a place where we can actually hide and put out my bags and clothes all there.
Okay.
And then he's the one that actually started teaching me the trades of, you know,
How to survive.
how to survive and how to find food. So we went to Florida Park. You know, Florida Park, that's where families will go out there and have a lunch, picnic, and then we'll go through those bins actually to try and get food. And then when you come back in the hood, because I always had many clothes, so I'll change, so nobody will know exactly.
Yay.
So people, when they saw me, they still thought that I was still staying with my dad, but I wasn't.
Where were
So,
you sleeping?
hey, my bro, in the field somewhere.
Yeah.
There was a
During
hole.
winter?
There was a big hole like this, so we had to go under it, and then we'll cover it with plastic, so nobody will see. So when we leave in the morning, we'll actually make sure that, you know, our clothes are safe there. But we'll do that every day.
This is crazy.
And then
Every
washing.
Nobody gives a fuck about washing.
Like, but who
I'm more
cares?
concerned about food. No, I understand who
Yeah,
cares,
but
but
priorities.
The priority is food.
Yeah.
And imagine that time during the week, all the kids are in school. And when you go to Florida Park, nobody's there during the week because people normally come there over the weekend. So during the week it becomes a problem to find food. Weekends it's fine because people come to the park and have the picnics.
for sure.
But during the week was more stressful and difficult for us to find food. But we'll make a plan. We always made a plan. But also it taught me how to go a night without eating food, because I'll go a couple of days without eating food.
What's the longest you went?
3 days.
3 days, dog.
Yeah, 3 days.
And you're a kid,
And I'm
man.
a kid, and I'm 8. So
you
trying
didn't-
you know,
you have 8.
even now when I'm driving, when I see these kids,
Yeah.
they always remind me of myself, because I know some of those kids don't know anything. They don't deserve to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that time, I didn't understand why I was here. I have a brother and a sister and a mother that are still alive, and I've got a family because we were all staying in the same street. Why can't they take me in? What is it that with me that it's so problematic that when they see me, they see hatred? So that's
Shit.
how I felt. I felt like my family hated me.
Yeah.
And I was okay being a street kid, because at that time I didn't know better.